Hello and welcome to the video covering Microsoft Management Consoles. So, what is a Microsoft Management Console? It's also known as an MMC. Essentially, this is the console that allows you to do managing of the device. We always look at like control panel or settings. Well, in reality, all of this is built off of an MMC panel. So how do you actually get an MMC panel? First of all, go to Run, type MMC, hit Enter. You may get prompted for a UAC dialog box. Go ahead and click OK. From there, that will load a blank MMC. We have Snapins that allow us to add whatever we want to do. From there, we can add a Snapin, like disk management, for example. We can say which computer we want it, local machine, and you hit Finish. From there, we have our MMC console. Some things are loaded through the MMC console and you just don't realize it. So let's go and let's look at what a console looks like. Alright, so start MMC. Go and hit yes because we need admin access. And here is our blank console. We can't really do anything. I wanted to point out computer management. Notice the computer management and the console look pretty similar. That's because computer management is just preloaded with these Snapins. So how do we add Snapins? File, add Snapin. You can add or remove whatever you want. So let's go and let's add disk management. This computer or a remote computer. What we're doing, we're going to use a local computer. Let's also add, let's say, certificates for my user. And let's add local users and groups. Again, for the local computer. So these are our options. And if you click on them, you see the general description of them. You can also look at some of the advanced settings. Some of them have advanced settings, some of them do not. When you're ready to load those three, click OK. And you'll notice that they will be populated. You'll also notice you don't get to play with the order that they're viewable. If you actually go to Add and remove Snapin, you can change them here. You can move them up or down based off of your criteria. And again, you can drill down on them and whatnot. Again, very similar to our computer management. Yes, this happens to be saved. So let's go and let's save our console. File, save as. I'm going to save it to my desktop and I will call it Test 1. So when I open up my Task 1, it will load the MMC. You'll notice it will still show my console root, but you can rename it. So you can play with this. So again, a lot of tools are built off of this type of console. So the nice thing is every MMC will run in one of four modes: author, user, that will be full access, or user limited access, multi-window, or user limited access single window. It really just depends on what you want to do. Normally, author is the main mode that allows you to configure certain task pads. Those are just the way that we can view content. If we're looking at users with full access, this mode allows you to use a user to do any administrative tasks they want with the console, but it prevents them from adding or removing Snapins. So even if it's a standard user, you can grant them certain elevated privileges while using that tool, because the tool itself is actually going to be elevated, not the user. And if you play with things like action, you can actually see that. You'll notice that by default, we don't get to see the user mode. This is taken care of behind the scenes for us. But you'll notice we keep getting this Taskpad view, and we're going to explain that in just a few minutes. You can load Snapins by double-clicking on them. If you're not sure what Snapin you want to do, you may have to investigate which Snapins are appropriate for your situation. It's going to vary based off of the individual. Creating a Taskpad. So normally a Taskpad is a very special view, and Taskpads are designed to group several related functions together, basically providing you one nice tool. Computer management, for example, that's several tools combined into one. On the command type window, we got three main options. We could have a menu command, a shell command, or navigation command. So again, it really all depends on how we want to organize this. So let's go and let's do that. Let's go ahead and action new Taskpad view. It will be a wizard. Do we want to see them like this? Do we want to see them listed horizontal? Maybe we want icons like control panel. Maybe we want to hide certain things. I actually want no list. I want to see them like control panel. And again, you can do texts. You can do info tips. Just kind of depends. We can say if you want to select the tree or all the trees. Again, I'll explain that in just a minute when we're looking at it. Add the new task to this Taskpad after whether it closes. Yep. So again, do we want to run a command from the menu, run a shell command, or a script, or navigation? I want to go and do navigation. And you can do whatever navigation you want. With the shell command, you can do whatever scripts you want and parameters. Or the run menu, same thing. You can actually list how it's going to be showing these items. So I'm going to do nodes in a tree. That'll be fine. What I'm going to do is when I go to this, I will go and do open, and I will set an icon. So you can actually build this out so that you have something similar to control panel. And when you click on open, we set it so that it was going to be opening our certificate. We can also edit the task view. We can add additional tasks. I will add one for a menu command. I want it to look at the local, and I want to do a new user or a new window. Set my icon, and I'm good now. So sometimes they disappear, sometimes it's just you have to refresh it, but you can modify this and you can play with this however you want. All of this is about being able to configure the console options the way that you want. You don't have to save it. You can close out of it and forget it. You can load them up when and how you need them. This is fully customizable based off of you. But I've learned that it's really important to kind of go through it so that you know how it functions. You can access these tools multiple ways. You can access certificates other ways. You can access local users and groups other ways. Or you can customize it so that you have your own console the way that you want them. Again, all of this is about customization. And that is our MMC in a nutshell. If you got any questions or anything, please feel free to reach out.